Welcome to another episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio from Taatjes Financial Group. Taatjes Financial is a company that specializes in helping retirees and pre-retirees build purposeful retirement plans. Custom plans that not only help clients steward their treasure, but their time and talent as well. They believe that if you're taken care of financially, you go even further to make the family, community, and kingdom impact you truly desire to make, which is the ultimate purpose of wealth. If you'd like to set up a no-cost, no-obligation meeting with one of their financial advisors, give them a call at 222-4236. You can request a meeting at taatjesfinancial.com or simply stop by their office on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. I'm your host, Ben Taatjes, and once again joined today in the studio with one of our advisors. Matt Hoekstra is joining me today. Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing today?
Good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
we were talking a lot in the last couple shows about kind of the name change of the firm, and if you haven't heard yet, the name Taatjes Financial Group is being changed. We're going to announce that actually next week. And officially kind of make the change. And one of the things I've loved about this change is it's putting, once we decided that we were going to change the name, it involved this process of working with, a marketing group and certainly our team to begin dissecting deeper, who we are, right? Our values and what we do for our clients. And the result is a name I'm super proud of that we came up with. And the hint that has kind of come up so far is that it involves stewardship. And one of the taglines that we've often used is, we steward our clients' time, talent, and treasure. And I think that's something that has been part of this company from the very beginning. Even the tree logo has these 3 T's built into it. Many people think, well, it has to do with Taatjes, and it never did. But now it really doesn't. Now people say, well, that the 3 T's has nothing to do with the Taatjes name. And as that changes, the hint again, it will include something to do with stewardship. And I look at stewardship to me, and really the definition of that is stewardship is the careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care. And whether or not you're a person of faith or not, that is ultimately what we do as advisors. People are entrusting us every day. Clients come in and they say, take care of this for me. Be careful, be responsible, help understand what I want to do with this wealth, and help me, partner with me, guide me in managing it. And that's really what we do here. And one of the things I've enjoyed is getting to hear from our advisors kind of what this word stewardship means to them. Matt, having you on the team the last 10 years has been incredible. You're a very, very talented communicator, very talented advisor. And as you meet with clients, you've seen many different pieces of stewardship over the years. If you don't mind, maybe share with our audience today just a little bit what does stewardship mean to you, or where have you seen it in clients' lives? How do you kind of take this name change and own that yourself?
Yeah, I think a lot of times a name change or a rebrand can be because you want people to see you a certain way. You want the name to, help people see you a certain way. And I think for us that, we already doing that and we're already seen a certain way. So we're just changing that name to more align with what we're doing. And, for me, managing wealth is just a piece of stewardship. And I think if we can take a step back and look at stewardship as, your definition was stewarding something that we've been given. And I think if we can take that stewardship piece and extrapolate it to our life and say, okay, how am I being a good steward of my life? Obviously here, money is a part of that. It's a tool in that. But it's how am I stewarding my time, my talent, my family, my marriage, my relationships. And what's fun for me is getting to connect that stewardship of how do we utilize wealth that we've grown over the years to have the greatest impact on our own lives, on the lives of those around us. And so the stewardship piece, it's always sad when you see people struggling with money. But I think it's equally as sad when you see people with money struggling because they don't have a plan. They don't have a reason for doing what they're doing. And I've seen both sides of the coin. I've seen people that are struggling to live on their Social Security, and I've seen people that are well beyond their means, could never spend the money that they have, but they're struggling big time because they don't have an idea of how to use that wealth to impact others. And so for me, the exciting part about the stewardship is just helping people connect those dots and just say, okay, even somebody my age, we're still in that accumulation phase, but we're still stewards of our time. And, going to a job that you enjoy, or finding one that you enjoy, or utilizing your talents and making sure that you're, stewarding your kids and stewarding your wife and stewarding all of those things just plays into it. And so if we can connect those dots for people, utilize the knowledge of the financial tools that we have to connect financial stewardship into all those areas, I think that's, the fun part about our job. It's not sitting picking stocks or just simply managing money. That's a part of it. But yeah, just connecting those all together.
That's great. Yeah. And I think that's the key, right? I mean, yes, people often wonder, what do we do here? Yeah, it does involve planning, and it does involve certainly the money side, and trying to help them, again, steward those resources well, manage them well. But to your point, I heard the word tool in there, right? And the word stewardship, I think, does come down to how we view that money, right? If you're looking for that standpoint. So tying it to their life and their impact on people, that is really, I think, something you said that was almost is profound. I mean, that's profound. That is something that I want to make sure I highlight for our listener is money is never the end. It shouldn't be the end goal, but it is a means. It is a tool that we can provide experiences with our families. And that's something I think you've highlighted lately, is just using that, maybe a quick story, run out of time, but how you've used that idea of using your money as a tool to better impact your own family. Tell me something about that.
Well, I would say even just with clients, I mean, we've really gotten into the nitty gritty of, answering those three questions of what do I have, what do I need, and what do I do with the rest, and when do I do that? And I mean, it seems like, you go through these seasons, and just in the last season of my work here, I've had a lot of conversations with clients who way more than they need, and they're trying to figure out how do I responsibly and efficiently pass this wealth down to my kids. Typically, the old adage was, you just you build wealth and you wait until you die, and then they get it when they're 70, and it doesn't really impact their lives a whole lot. Now, we've been just saying, okay, your kids all have a relationship with money. You've worked extremely hard. This wealth that you've built represents a lot of sacrifice and a lot of hard work and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. How do you pass that on in a way? And I had a client just yesterday. I was sitting in an attorney's office with him, and he looked at the attorney and he said, it's really not that much fun to give something when you're dead. And so it was just that idea of, I want to enjoy this. I want to have some control over it, but I really want to have that joy of giving and watching my kids use that for, whatever it is. So
love it, Matt. I think we're out of time today, but I, again, appreciate hearing that, and would love to share more of that with clients. And if you want to talk to one of us, give us a call. But until next week, have a great week.
Do you need ways to help steward your time, your talent, and your treasure? If so, Taatjes Financial Group can help. Now is the time to set up a no-cost, no-obligation meeting. You can do this one of three ways. Number one, give them a call right now at 222-4236. You can request a meeting online at taatjesfinancial.com, or you can just stop by their office located on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer. I'm Jared Sebesta. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. We'll see you next time.
Securities offered through Avantax Investment Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Avantax Advisory Services. Insurance services offered through an Avantax affiliated insurance agency.